get ready with me today while we have a little chat, like a little girls talk. If you're not a girl, you're welcome as well. Anyone is welcome here. And let's just chat. I know it's May and summer is just around the corner. Some of you have just started their summer vacation. I can't even talk right now, sorry. Some of you just ended school, it's summer vacation, and let's have a chat. Let's have a heart to heart chat because something that I've always dealt with whenever school ends or like it's summer, I evaluate the friendships I've had throughout that year. So let's talk about that. And let's do that while I do my makeup because I have to get ready and it's also allergy season, so I have my tissues here and I'm going to sneeze like a lot during this chat. I'm so sorry. My nose is like killing me. I am just completely allergic to spring. So yeah, I felt like I was gonna sneeze, but sneeze didn't come through. Oh yeah, let's get started. I'm spraying the spray the wrong way. Okay, so let's talk about friendships. If any of you are dealing with friendship problems, let me know in the comments, in the chat, and let's figure it out together. Because I am someone who, growing up, had a lot of friendship issues. Here's my foundation. If you weren't here earlier, I just moved and I don't have any moisturizer with me, so my skin has just been suffering because I'm just straight up putting on foundation. I mean concealer. But yeah, any of you are dealing with friendship issues, let me know. Like, what is the biggest friendship problem that you've dealt with this year? For me, I feel like I've met a lot of fake people just in general, just in school, in work, in life. I feel like fake people is a big red flag. Like when people are fake, I mean, like they would say one thing to you and go do something else and pretend like there's nothing wrong with that. And that really irritates me a lot. I think that is one of my biggest red flags in meeting new friends. Like, I don't want to meet someone that's fake. I want to meet someone that's genuine, and at least if you're not a nice person, like, be honest about it. Like, if you're mean, be honest about it. So, hi, if you're just joining, we are talking about friendship red flags. And if any of you are dealing with friendship problems or just meeting people in general and just not having a relationship with a friend working out, please let me know what problems you deal with. And yeah, let's talk about what other problems you deal with when you meet a new friend. Concealer, and I'm gonna go in with a crazy bronzer. So I've been doing this quite recently, just contouring my face. So I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade right here. Well, the second to darkest shade. And I'm just gonna do this because this will make your cheekbones accentuate and snap right in. And on my nose. Okay, so y'all are asking if it's only platonic. Yeah, I feel like in our conversation right now, I'm only talking about platonic, so like nothing like romantic or anything, just platonic friendships. Like, what are some issues that you've dealt with? Like backstabbers, you know, like just dishonest people. Like, what are some major red flags that you've had to deal with recently, or just something so traumatizing that you still remember? Because for me, I feel like it's just with dishonest people, just liars in general, like people that would lie to you straight up in your face and have no problem with that. Like, I'm just saying, if you're a bad person, just say you are a bad person. Like, if you did something bad, if you did something that shouldn't be celebrated, like, that is fine. Like, I don't see, like, if we're friends, like, you deserve to tell me what went wrong And I just feel like majority of people that I've met in school growing up, I feel like they just can't step down from their pride. Like they just feel like they can't be in the wrong, and they have a problem just admitting to their best friend or to their closest friends that, sometimes it's okay. And to them it feels like it's not okay. Like for me, if I did something bad, if something bad happened, I would tell you. Like, oh, like I scored bad on my exam. Like I would just say it. Like instead of saying like I didn't do too bad, or if you got like if you, I don't know, like just things in general. Like if you lost something, like, oh my gosh, like I lost my headphones, like I wouldn't be like, or I lost my train card, like I lost my credit card, I lost my ID. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I think it's at home, but then let me go find it. Like I wouldn't be like that, but knowing like I lost it. And I've just felt like I've dealt with too many people that just pretended like the issue wasn't there. Okay, so I think people are wondering how old I am, because recently I posted a shorts asking you guys how old I am, and a lot of you mentioned that you think I'm in my 30s, or like someone said like 49. I don't know. I'm not gonna address that in this live. So if you're wondering, like you want me to just say how old I am, I don't want to say it here because y'all are still guessing, and some of you are nowhere close. And in fact, I think one person guessed my age, and that was it. Only one person guessed it. I mean, some of you were close, but then you said the wrong year. You were like, I think you're this and this and this, but I'm thinking like this year, and I'm like, oh yeah, no. Like, I mean, continue guessing the years. Okay, you sound like British. So I am not British. I have been to the UK once on a vacation, and that's all the relationship I have with Great Britain, but I do want to visit. And recently, as of this year, I had this crazy idea of maybe moving there. I feel like I want to move to London. This is like the craziest thought I've had. But yeah, I had a crazy idea that I wanted to move to London. So let me know if that's a good idea if I move to London, because it's a real, or just the UK. Like it's a crazy thought. Okay, I don't know. Can y'all type more in the chat, because I'm not seeing the messages. All I'm seeing is you sound like British, and someone guessed I'm 30 and moved to Florida. So I'm not against moving to Florida, but is there a reason for me to move to Florida? Like, let me know like why I should move to Florida, because I mean, I need a reason to move to Florida, so I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not like at retirement age. I'm not like old and trying to relax. So that's usually the connotation with Florida. Like, you want to like go to like relax. I feel like that's why people go there for vacation, for like retirement. I feel like Florida is a very relaxing place. Let me know if that's true, living there, because I've been there, but I don't know like what it would be like living there. So yeah, I feel like I'm spending too much time with this makeup part, but I'm gonna go on to my eyes because I need to speed up this process of my makeup. Okay, I'm just gonna blindly do this. Yeah, let me know more questions below. But yeah, we're talking about, the topic of this live was supposed to be friendship red flags. So I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm just gonna take a guess. If you are still in school, or if you are a working adult, or if you're older, that's completely fine. But let me know, like, when have you had a friendship fallout, and what was the biggest reason for that? What was the biggest reason? Is it because that person never opened up to you? Like, do you just felt like you were like inferior, I guess? I feel like a lot of the friendships that don't work out for me, I often feel like I want to be really close to that person, but that person might not feel the same. And I totally get that because I am a very boring person and I'm not funny. Like, I don't know. I feel like in general, I'm just not someone that is comfortable to be with. I often feel that way. And most of my friends growing up, and growing up, I mean like in school, okay? And this often translates to me when I was working or currently as well, that people find other friends instead of being like getting closer to me. I feel like they would meet someone else and be instantly dragged closer to bond with another person. Like even with meeting new people, I am in a group and we would talk, right? And often that those people would just branch off and I would just be like, oh, okay, like I'm there, but I don't feel like I'm there with this group anymore. And it just feels like everyone else is just getting so close. And I just feel like I am there, like, okay, like, am I inferior to the group or like, I don't know. I just feel that way sometimes. Like, I'm just not an interesting person. I provide nothing to the group or the conversation. So it often feels like I am not contributing almost to the group of friends. But yeah. Sorry I can't see because I am closing my eyes to do the eyeliner. Oh my gosh. Is this conversation boring? Let me know if this conversation is boring because again, like whenever I meet someone new, they've often had a friendship fallout in the past or as of recent, like if they're dealing with it. So yeah, I'm just asking like what is a red flag for y'all because I want to know. I want to know like what problems people have dealt with because for me, again, just fake people, just people that would prioritize other friends rather than you. And then another big one is kind of as of recent, I feel like it's people that don't relate to you, or at least they try to emphasize with you, but they're just not sounding right, and that is a huge problem for me as well. So highlighter, yeah, the chat kind of just died. I'm so sorry. Yeah, all I'm seeing is I like apples and bananas. That's the last message in the chat, which is the same issue I was saying before about people just leaving and preferring just other people. Maybe, and then I said like, I think that's because I am boring. I think it's just because I'm boring. No, maybe that is the conclusion and we'll have to leave it at that. That I'm just boring. Maybe that's why my friendships are not working, but yeah. Alrighty. I mean, I'm still seeing a few people in this live, so I guess it's open to any questions now because the conversation about friendship red flags just kind of ended. Sadly, it just kind of ended. Okay, so now I'm not done with blending, but I have two lipsticks. I have this one that's more pink and this one that is bright red. So if anyone has a suggestion, pink or red? Pink or red? I'll continue blending. Let me know. Someone say something and I'll just go with it. Yeah, we are deciding between a red lipstick or pink lipstick. Pink, I'm seeing two pinks. Pink, pink. Okay, let's go with the pink. This is called Honey Pink. Very old lipstick. I've had this lipstick for over 13 years, maybe over 15 years. I'm almost done. Maybe the reason why I can't be a beauty influencer is that because it takes me 15 years to use one lip product, but okay. Honey Pink, here we go. This is the before up top, this is the after. Okay. Whew. Okay. So yeah, the friendship red flags. Friendship red flags. And this, I'll conclude this conversation here about like what to do with these friendship red flags, right? So now that you've detected the red flags, or now that you've come to realization that there are friendship red flags, what are you gonna do about it? Are you still gonna be friends with the person? Are you gonna address it to them head on? Like, are you gonna have a sit down conversation with them and just tell them, oh, like, this is something that bothers me and I would prefer if you've acted this other way, right? Like, oh, like, you're dishonest. I realize you were dishonest. Can you be more honest with me next time? Or oh, like, in a group, I felt left out of this conversation, and I don't know, is there a way to expand our group, like expand this conversation further, or next time, I don't know, like, I don't know how to address, but like, would you rather address the situation head on, or would you rather just leave the friendship? Because that is something that I've wondered as well. Like, for people that do run into friendship problems, would you prefer to leave the group or address the problem? Because I am the type of person that would just leave. I wouldn't address it to them head on, because I feel like that is their issue, that is just within their personality, and I just don't feel a need to be the one correcting this person, even if we are bestest of the bestest friends. Because this world is so big, they can find another best friend and I can move on. So that is me. I feel like if we're compatible, we are compatible. If we are not compatible, there is no way for us to be compatible if we are not compatible. And this is platonic friendship. So mostly I'm talking about my friendship with other girls. So yeah, that is what I'm talking about. When I came onto this live, I said like, hey gals, but it turns out most of y'all are not gals, I feel like. But it could still relate. If you are a man, if you are a boy, if you are not a gal, you should still have had friendship problems, I feel like. I don't know. This chat is not chatting. Okay, so I would leave who has or had such friends. Doesn't need enemies. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with leaving and just distancing yourself, because most of the time these people are toxic and you don't want to be dragged into their toxicity. You really don't, because their circles, their world is probably revolved around toxicity, and the fact that you've realized these red flags just mean that you deserve better. You deserve to be in a place without these red flags. Doesn't mean there's not going to be other red flags and other friendships, but once you've noticed the red flag, you learn to meet people that don't have those traits anymore. And honestly, it would make your life so much easier not dealing with toxic friends. So yeah, I should have reworded this live to how to deal with toxic friends, I guess. Hey guys, if you're just joining, we are like 20 minutes into this live. Okay, I think I am pretty much finished. And this clip is falling. Okay. My nose is dripping because of allergies, but let's do Okay, so I don't have a hairbrush here with me right now. Don't have one. But we can do blush. I forgot blush. Brown Tension Blusher. This is a Korean brand. Miss Ha. This is from a friend. Very creamy. I'm just gonna get it from the lid because this is very saturated. You see that? Okay, well, this is the final look. And I will see you all in the next live. Don't forget to subscribe, click that bell, and I will see you all in the next live.